Son, would you kindly stop that loud game?
It's not me, Father. This thing barely makes a sound. It's coming from somewhere else.
Well, then go see what that ungodly noise is.
Helen.
What on heaven's earth happened?
James. She locked us in the pantry, Arthur. She figured out how to do it, and now we must hide all the keys to keep her from trying again. William, hide the keys.
She goes through all my drawers. Where can I hide anything? With the chickens?
Exactly what are we going to do? Hide everything from her? Or are we not the ones who should hide from her? I mean, it's like my own daughter is a foraging wild animal.
She wouldn't be so wild if she could solve all these mysteries around her. Like why we're moving our mouths all the time. Why you're holding that piece of paper in front of your face. Why you wear those spectacles over your eyes. She knows she is missing something. She knows, Arthur. And I would be wild too if I couldn't figure out how all these separate things piece together.
Well, she is never going to understand.
We have to get through to her. Don't you remember that girl Dickens wrote about? That girl Laura. She was deaf and blind. Somehow they were able to help her.
But do you not remember that her teacher died many years ago?
I know he did. But do you think his methods died with him? There must be someone. What about that man we've been hearing about in Baltimore?
Baltimore is a long way from Alabama, dear.
Oh, Mildred!
Now look what you've done, Helen. You could have killed your sister. Don't you understand? Don't you understand? You're mad. Oh, okay. I have had enough. She cuts our servant's hair. She kicks our nurse. She nearly set her apron on fire last week. And now she's gone and nearly killed her sister.
There is no way to show her. There's no way to tell her. We must find someone who can teach her.
Well, whoever it is, he needs to know what he's doing. And who he's dealing with. Welcome home, my dear. Miss Sullivan, welcome to our home.
Where is Helen?
She's right here. It's like she knew someone was coming today.
Please, can't you leave everyone in peace for a single day?
James.
Please, Helen.
Helen, let go.
Why do I even bother?
What are you looking for? Oh. I don't have any sweets in there.
Now, Kate, I'm taking the boys hunting this afternoon. We'll be expecting dinner upon our return. Let's leave these two alone to get acquainted.
You are a quick one. Well, this can be the first thing I teach you. I'll spell the words into your hand. D-O-L-L. Doll. Yes. D-O-L. So you can do what I do after all. Oh, now, if you want the doll back, we have to spell it again. No. Not yet. No, sit down. Well, you can't have the doll back or it will confuse you. Oh, let's see. Yes. Here. Quiet. Yes, that's it. Now, this is C-A-K-E. Yes. Now you try C. Yes. Well, you are so very good at playing the part. The part which lasts you 5 seconds. Oh. Now, no. Now, if you'd only stop a moment, I could help you get at what it is you really want. Dear Mr. Anagnos, somehow I had expected to find a pale, delicate child. But there is nothing pale or delicate about Helen. She is very quick-tempered and willful, and nobody, except her brother James, has attempted to control her. The greatest problem I shall have to solve is how to discipline and control her without breaking her spirit. I shall go rather slowly at first and try to win her love, but I shall insist on reasonable obedience from the start. She is never still a moment. She is here and there and everywhere. Her hands are in everything. Dear child, her restless spirit gropes in the dark. Her untaught, unsatisfied hands destroy whatever they touch because they do not know what else to do with things.
You could keep your shoulder up. We had a good day yesterday. The boys shot more game than they have all season.
Even the pests that keep getting in your garden.
I wouldn't brag about a shot from 5 feet away.
5? 5 feet? That's the distance I keep from me and her.
Should we be talking about this at the table?
As you prefer, my dear Kate. But with this aim, my sons will make fine soldiers one day. Maybe even a captain, like their father. Though they'll need a bit more discipline.
You think we are the ones who need discipline? Please, Helen. Do you really think you can do anything to this
James.
thing?
James.
As you can see, you have your work cut out for you.
I've noticed that you, James, are the only one who tries to keep her behaved.
I only do it because I can't suffer her aggravations.
Excuse me, young man.
How do you think she's going to learn? If you let her do whatever she wants to do, whenever she wants to do it.
But There is no way to teach her.
To learn, she must be interested. And if she gets her every whim, well, that gets very dull. For everyone.
You cannot expect her to have table manners if she can't even see the table.
Well, that's where you're wrong, sir. And why Dr. Howe was a step further than you are with Laura Bridgman.
Dr. Howe, the one I read about.
Dr. Howe taught a girl just like Helen. He was an excellent scientist precisely because he knew how to start an experiment. Are you going to leave the question open, Captain Keller? Or are you going to close it before we even started?
Well, he could not have known he could help her before he got started.
Mrs. Keller, why did you bring me here?
Because I want her to grow.
If you want her to grow, then you must stop being certain that she can't. Perhaps something else will happen in front of your eyes, instead of the same story in your heads.
I suppose.
I can see that you want to love her as best you can, that much is clear, but you've forgotten that this involves risking. No.
Well, what do you mean?
I'm going to treat her as someone who can be taught, and you need to give me the space to do it.
Well, what kind of space are you referring to?
I need to be the only one with her night and day. She has to depend on me, and I can't have you interfering.
Well, but we are her parents.
You perpetuate that her little world is the only one that exists. She clamors to make you come into it, and you never invite her into the world as it is. The one that is so much bigger than eating sweets and throwing fits. The one in which she will have to reckon with everything.
She has never been away from us.
No.
I have an idea. We've a garden house a half a mile down the road that you may use for this experiment. Kate, we'll look in on her every day and be close. But Miss Sullivan, she won't understand that we're right up the road.
Well, that sounds perfect, Captain Keller. I appreciate your understanding. I'll need a few weeks with her at least.
We'll see how it goes.
I can't bear for her to be away from us.
You wanted me to get a teacher, and now that we have one, you must let her do her work.
Oh, Helen, you are not a beast. No.
In the parlor, Mother.
Leave me alone with her. If we don't start now, we never will.
I don't know about this.
Dear, let's pack Helen's things.
Are you sure?
Oh, I always told you we had a strong little girl.
You're only going to be disappointed.
Maybe the difference between your attempts and mine, James, are that I actually believe she is capable of relating to us. And you...
Just wanted to stop bothering us? You're right.
You want less, and I want much more. James, there's something in me that understands the darkness that she's living in.
Oh?
Like her, an illness stole my eyesight. I had a surgery, so I can see a little better, but...
So you're an expert on seeing, or not seeing.
I promise you one thing. I was just as stubborn as she was in school because I couldn't find my place. I can see when someone wants to belong.
What if you hurt her more by making her feel more left out when you fail?
I'm not afraid of failure.
What are you afraid of?
I'm afraid of this girl never knowing who she is. Oh! No!
Well, don't let me get in your way.
No.
Weeks. It has been weeks without you here.
She is happy to be home.
Don't you want my food, Helen?
Stop it.
Willem.
Can this be happening?
We have a journey yet ahead of us. But I think, as you can see...
Oh, just let her eat.
Now, don't start undoing everything we've got going for us.
Well, clearly something's changed.
I'm pleasantly surprised myself.
But how? Miss Sullivan, are you able to talk to her somehow?
Well...
Is she spelling? Is she spelling?
C-U-P, cup. Oh, yes. You see, this is as far as we've gotten. She understands that it's all connected somehow. She understands that certain words are connected to others, but she doesn't understand what these words I'm showing her really mean. She spells milk to get her mug, and then she makes this motion whenever she spells milk, or mug, or drink, or water. To her, they're all the same, a frenzied imitation to get something. But I think we're close. Somehow I can tell. Can't you tell? It used to be that she thrashed about every second, but now it's as though she's started listening. Listening to something she can't hear yet, but she knows.
Knows what?
Knows that there's something to listen to. She cannot hear it yet, but... well, something for her to be a part of. Cup. Milk. Drink. I have to make one of them stand out as different somehow, but how? The cup isn't the water itself, but I can't show her the water because she can't grasp it in her hands, the way she can hold her mug, or her doll, or my hair. Unless there is a way that she can experience that something exists and has meaning in this greater world that I'm trying to open up to her without her holding on to it. Come on. That's it, my dear. That's it. There. W-A-T-E-R. It's water. W-A-T-E-R. It's water. It's water. Yes.
What's going on?
Yes. Oh, yes. It's ground. G-R-O-U-N-D. Ground. It's the ground. Yes.
What are you so excited for? What's happening?
Captain Keller, this is everything. She's asking me, do you understand?
What do you mean?
Well, for the last few weeks, I've been forcing words on her, and she copied back to get what she wanted, but it was only to get something, and now she's asking to relate to them. T-E-A-C-H-E-R. Teacher. Yes, teacher. T-E-A-C-H-E-R. Yes. Oh.
That living word awakened my soul, gave it light, hope, joy, set it free. There were barriers still, it is true, but barriers that could in time be swept away. Everything I touched seemed to quiver with life. That is because of the new strange sight that had come to me. Then I remembered a doll I had broken earlier that day. The pieces, I tried vainly to put them back together. And then my eyes filled with tears, for I had realized what I had done. And for the first time, I felt repentance and sorrow.
Yes. Doll. The doll that she always stomped on the ground. But now it has a name. And when things have a name, they have a meaning. And everything changes.
I learned a great many new words that day. I do not remember what they all were, but I do know that mother, father, sister, and teacher were among them. Words that were to make the world blossom for me, like Aaron's rod with flowers. In the beginning, I was only a small mass of possibilities, but it was my teacher who unfolded and developed them. And when she came, everything about me breathed of love and joy and had meaning. All the best of me belongs to her. There is not a talent or an aspiration or a joy in me that has not been awakened by her loving touch. Most people measure their happiness in terms of physical possession and material possession. Could they win some visible goal that they have set on the horizon, how happy they would be. Lacking this gift or this circumstance, and they would be miserable. If happiness is to be so measured, I, who cannot hear or see, have every reason to sit in the corner of a room with folded hands and weep. But my optimism is no mild and unreasoning satisfaction. A poet once said, "I must be happy because I do not see the bare, cold present, but that I live in a beautiful dream." I do live in a beautiful dream, but The dream is the actual, the present. Not cold, but warm. Not bare, but burnished with 1,000 blessings. We went to Niagara in March 1893. It's so difficult to describe the emotions I felt when I stood at the point at which overhangs the American Falls, where I felt the air vibrate and the earth tremble. It seems so strange to so many people that I should be impressed by the wonders and beauties of the Niagara. They're always asking me, what does this beauty or this music mean to you? And in the most evident sense, they mean everything. You cannot fathom or define how I felt when I stood at the presence of the Niagara until you have had the same mysterious sensations yourself. I felt this way once before when I stood by the great ocean and felt the waves beating against the shore. I suppose you feel so too when you look up into the stars in the stillness of the night. Do you not?